It's the roll up, it's the vibes. Another beautiful day in the Sunshine State, and it's another logo talk. I want to give you guys some nuggets from this past weekend. Great game. We finished and got the victory 38-6 versus South Carolina. Don't want to get into any game breakdowns. We'll handle that on Stadium Miguel. We haven't subscribed there, subscribe there. And we'll also handle that on the roll up. But I want to handle some recruiting here on Logo Talk. Like, subscribe to this channel so you get the notifications right to your phone, and it also helps us out, helps us build the numbers and whatnot. This weekend was great visit wise. Originally, I thought the LSU game was going to be our biggest weekend as far as importance during the season. It was very apparent that the staff wanted to handle recruiting and most of the official visits on the off season. So I was curious to see how it played out during the season with the games being played and kids visiting. Then LSU, I thought was the biggest weekend. Apparently, it wasn't. Not in my mind. Although that was a good weekend as far as getting visitors on campus. This past weekend was very important as far as closing out this class, and there was some elite company on campus. One of the big names, and it's just like not a lot of news about it. I like how quiet the staff is moving. It's not a whole lot of leaks. Once they're on campus, you report whatever, but beforehand it was a whole lot of secrecy and a whole lot of things behind the curtain that weren't made to the public. But Mark Fletcher, running back, committed to Ohio State University. He's out of American Heritage, 6'1", 225 running back, the number 15 running back overall. Big bruiser type of guy. Love everything about his film. Workhorse, guy that you can lean on. With him and Trayon Webb, if we were to get him, I don't know where we stand right now. I love that he was on campus. Hearing a lot of good buzz about it. Possible flip in the works, we'll see. But if him and Trayon Webb are our running backs, I like both guys. Both two physical running backs. Both have good vision. Some top end speed is desirable, But outside of that, running back room is grabbing a stud. Grabbing one from Ohio State, they don't miss on running back when it comes to evaluation. So you're getting a guy from a staple, a real solid program, American Heritage down in Fort Lauderdale. They're used to winning if we get them. Just getting guys from winning programs is very important. So we'll see. It's seemingly that he's looking around too. I don't think Florida. Oh, I know Florida wasn't his only visit. He visited Miami last weekend for that massacre versus Florida State. That didn't go well. He visited with Enos to be exact. So we'll see how this plays out. A lot of moving parts going. Another guy that's committed elsewhere is Lucas Simmons, 6'8", 300-pound offensive tackle out of Clearwater, Florida. He's been committed to Florida State for quite some time, committed over the summer. A guy that committed a little shortly after Roderick Kearney committed to Florida State. And we took some L's over the summer. He did leave the visit saying that he was solid to Florida State. I don't know if I'm buying that. We'll see how it all plays out. I do like the energy of all of this, right? So building these guys are very smart, and I think it's very good to get dogs, guys that want to play and win natties, that type of stuff together on campus at one time. You got your quarterback that's just flipped from Miami to Florida, Jaden Rashada, a guy that a lot of players want to play with. You got him on campus. You get Roger Kearney on campus, who's already committed with Lucas Simmons over at Florida State. You get Mark Fletcher on campus alongside all the other guys that we got already committed that were there this past weekend. I think the energy and everything you're putting together right there is good vibes, and it may be the right recipe for us to like land something, get some shit cooking here a little bit. We'll see how it all plays out. Another guy that's committed elsewhere. There's a lot of smoke. Will he show up to campus or will he not? Tommy Kinsler, formerly committed to us during the offseason, visited Miami, ended up flipping like a week later. So he's been a little flip-floppy. I do not like when my trench guys in the trenches, whether it's offensive line, defensive line, I do not like when those guys are a little weird in the recruiting process, I would say. I like for my offensive lineman to be a little bit more solid and not play the recruiting games like some of the skill position players play. But nonetheless, he's a very coveted interior offensive lineman, 6'6", 300 plus. He sent out a tweet after it was rumors that he may show up to Florida this past weekend. He put out a tweet that saying it was lies. He wasn't going to show up. I don't know, man. I'm hearing that he was on campus this past weekend. I could be wrong, but that's the smoke that I'm hearing. And if so, that's just them boys is on flip watch. Shout out to Billy Napier and the staff. They trying to flip stuff, and you gotta love it. You gotta love a staff that don't quit. don't fold and just go down their board to the next guy like Dan Mullen and the previous staff. So I like that they're still working their board. Another guy that's committed elsewhere, Jordan Hall. There's a theme here, and all these guys are leaving saying the same thing, but I love the theme. Jordan Hall, linebacker, committed to Michigan State, visited as well. He enjoyed himself, um, but said he was solid at Michigan State. We'll see how all that plays out. Signing days, I think it's going to be some fireworks. Everybody stay tuned. Desmond Ricks was also on campus, a 5-star defensive back that reclassified to this class. I think he's very important. He has some relationships on campus with Kamari Wilson and some other guys that are from IMG Academy with Najee Harris, who's an offensive lineman commitment for us. Like I said, I like the energy. I like them getting all these different guys on campus at the same time, to get some camaraderie going, some brotherhood, and to get those guys dreaming together and talking about maybe winning the natty. It's still a long way to go. We may not land these kids, but I like the game plan. One of my biggest concerns going forward, not concerns, but one thing I'm watching with this recruiting class, because it's shaping up to be one of the elite ones, right? So right now I'm watching the defensive tackle position. John Walker is a guy that's committed to UCF. We missed out on him. He's from Kissimmee, Florida. We missed out on him over the summer. He committed to UCF, but he's been on our campus a few times to a few games. I know we got his official visit right before early signing day, but defensive tackle is a huge need. We missed out on Caden McDonald, a guy I felt good about. He ended up, I believe, committing to Clemson, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe wrong. Y'all will correct me in the comments. Y'all always do. And that's fine. But I think John Walker is very important to close out this class. We'll see if we can get some more bodies at defensive tackles. There's more names. There's more moving parts. I'm just giving you the little information that I have right now. Feeling good. It's a lot of smoke about a flip that's happening real soon here. We'll see if that happens. Wouldn't mind seeing the wide receiver board open up a little bit. Now that you got Jay Rashad, I think you can go grab some more elite names out there. A lot of wide receivers want to play with him. I'm not gonna throw any names out there just to be, just throwing shit against the wall. But I would like to see us try to go get one more elite wide receiver. My wide receiver room is crazy elite right now, but I think we could go get a guy that he has a relationship out there on the West Coast. We'll see what's up. But right now, logo, Gainesville, the Gators, Billy Napier, they got this thing cooking. I'm very excited about the recruiting, man. It's been a long time since we felt like the big dog in the room when it pertains to getting recruits, man. Now we got other people and other staff nervous when they recruits taking late visits out of nowhere. And we'll see how it all plays out, man. But right now, it's the roll up, it's the vibes, it's logo talk. Like, subscribe. We got plenty more content coming this week. Great interview. Had a great time out there in Tampa this past weekend with BJ Daniels and some kids giving back. Be ready to check out that content that's coming out. Also, we have a tailgate for Florida State, Florida game. The last game of the season on Black Friday. Pull up. We're gonna be at Lot 19. The link is in our Twitter profile. We're gonna have a blast, man. Live music for the DJ, live DJ, live show from the crew. We'll have open bar, food. Everything's gonna be fire. We're doing this with James Coleman, former fullback at Florida State. It's gonna be a great time, man. But roll up, the vibes. You already know what it is, man. It's logo talk.